food. So I have just cheese, not even apple strudel. What kind of establishment? What kind of ambience is this here? Yeah, we had to leave our cozy farm, our arts and crafts department, thrown out into the world and bloodied up. It was brutal. The beginning, well, we see Bernice and her son, and how did I not connect in my head the dots that, oh my gosh, yeah. From the trailer reaction, like he's the one that sees his mother all upside down, hanging from the barn ceiling, and in this terrifying pose. And this is why they showed, like, oh, look at my thighs, so he could recognize her later on. So, yeah, what an episode. Whew. It was tough. The and the whole yeah, exploring the abandoned farm, so to say. I cannot wrap my head around the time schedule. Like, if this was all the same day or the next day, how it was supposedly in real life. Like, we have seen him doing so much stuff in between the Bernice's dad and, the being caught, so to say. But yeah, it was brutal. The police violence, they're jumping to conclusion. Like, they said, oh, you probably murdered 200 people. Okay, but hi. But Plainsfield, I looked it up in the 50s, just had 580 people. So he was just upcycling what he found in nature. So I know, but you know what I mean. So they're jumping to conclusions. I mean, five or two people is bad enough, but 200 is a bit much. So we see his eclectic artwork collection, so to say, a nipple belt, the chairs we already know, the lamps. He had a jar of noses. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, emphasizing with our boy getting. We never really see blood in this show. Like, it's green or everything is, sepia, leather or something. But but then the red comes in again in form of a press conference. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to feel about it. First, I like it that Adeline is doing Privyet, that Adeline is doing the most. Like, okay, if I'm gonna hold a press conference, I'm gonna slay, I'm gonna glam up. But I think the picture she has on the mirror is, oh, and Talia, by the way, I have just watched this episode, 2 episodes left, no spoilers, please. So maybe this was Ouija or something. Maybe she's super stalker standing for Ouija because she's like, oh, is Ouija here? And I understand this because this is her moment. Like, she is proven right. Like, these were no fake photos. I was a real deal and you rejected me in New York. So, your loss. Hi, Omid Irani, and hi, Kayla. Yeah, so I know it's not a perfect situation for Netflix to drop the whole show, all in once because people who are interested have binged by now all of it, and people who are not interested have no clue what I'm talking about, but I'm trying my best to be in this eddy. Yeah, so the next scene, oh, acted so well. And this was, by the way, Charlie Hunnam kind of got the audio tapes, the interrogation audio tapes that 12 researchers from the show could not get. He got it 3 days before they started shooting, so he could hear the voice, the tone, the meager, soft-spoken delivery of saying sentences like, oh, I can't. This was almost stand-up comedy. He was like, well, I must admit, my hobby is a particular one, but it is still a hobby. So it took me back to season 1, Monster, the Dharma show, when he was telling his dad, taxidermy, can I not have a hobby? And all with the hunting trophies and, people hanging deer's heads on their ceilings. I always found this so macabre as a kid. So he has a point, and he said, "You never invited me. Isolated people get strange, so there you go." So he was pushing it back to the handsome sheriff. By the way, I think the sheriff is in loving cahoots with um, the son of Bernice. I don't know, something there touchy feely, like maybe they have a secret affair, like, I don't know. Ah, he might be bi and the deputy is gay. What you guys think? But anyway, yeah, it was very well made, the whole discovery, the brutalness. But we're already at the lie detector time, and my theory is this. He wrote the number 8 because it was the number that aroused him the most, because it reminded him of a bosom. It's called Buxom bird. Like in Germany, it's called turkey, this episode. But he's thinking, we know by now, like it just takes a collar, it just takes a bra, it takes anything, and he will get triggered and be aroused, right? So the way you can outsmart or outsmirk in his case a lie detector test is to scribble something down, have your little fantasy, get your heart rate pumping, and when the real questions are coming, is nothing compared to the arousal you just had. So it just was flatlining everything because I was not so sure. I'm like, is he really not remembering? Or is he smarter than all of them? Because we have him seen in our version already that he said to Adeline, "Yeah, I had to do this, and I just dug her up, and this and that." And now suddenly he cannot remember. Interesting. So, yeah, Werner Herzog is sitting on 10 hours of audio material. I think that's the only thing that still exists audio-wise otherwise, because he wanted to do a documentary about Ed Gein in 1976. But the fact that he said, "Hey, let's illegally dug up his mother's grave and see if she's in there or not, if he's lying or not." If Werner Herzog cannot figure out what's going on with Ed Gein, no one can. So, yeah, so the lie detector test. This scene was Charlie's scene, so well acted, so many layers. The sheriff was so frustrated. The whole apple pie cheese thing. Oh, yeah. And then the turkey. Oh my gosh. No. I forget something. Adeline is conning now as a press reporter. Me, as an everlasting romantic, I'm still thinking, oh, she wants to sneak into prison to visit him and say, "Hey, oh, hi, Zeppo." She wants to visit him, bring him food or something, because she cannot do this as a lover because she will be shunned. She's already shunned. So she's like, okay, the press is asking me very inappropriate things, like, did I have sex with Eddie, like with which position and whatnot. So my revenge is, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to be more obnoxious. I'm going to find out what I'm interested in and what the viewer is interested in, because what she asked, "How did you feel when you saw your mother?" was exactly what we saw in the next scene with the electric turkey cutter. Why? This sheriff seems to be the most reasonable in the whole show, like so far, like normal and good and dashing and got his life all together, and then he's like, so without any tact, empathy, respect. Why not do this electrical way in his vintage home from our perspective? So the whole thing comes, his mom is laid out in his PTSD fantasy in front of him, stuffed with all the fine stuffings, and the cozy song, bringing us again in the cozy, comfy mood for the pure Ryan Murphy effect of, opposite juxtapositions. This is the word I'm searching for. And yeah, it's like cuddle up to me or something, get cozy and comfy. So we have this strange conflicting feeling of having empathy for this guy and finding this whole flashback scene also oddly amusing, the way it is visually arranged. Yeah, so so many thoughts, but I cannot help but to like this episode in the end. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm so I my prediction is for the next episode this must be a flashback episode because there must be something, right? They cannot just show the trial, the end, and then do flashbacks to his childhood or whatever backstory of the other figures. So this is my prediction. The next one will be a cozy flashback episode, and then the harsh end is coming. Maybe with a reuniting note. Who knows? But I'm sad we're not on a farm anymore. Okay, thank you for joining this live stream. Bye everyone. Any last words, questions? No one. Okay, good. Thank you all for hanging out.